Absence makes the heart grow fonder, here on the A-list. I know you missed me. I'm back here doing what I love to do, bringing information to you, featuring people in the community, doing interviews, and just generally being me. I'd love to keep talking, but we really have to jump right into our interview. It's a long one, but I'm telling you, it's totally worth it. I interviewed Irene Richardson of Crystal Forests. Now, Irene is a psychic. Giselle, do you believe in psychics?
Yes, I do.
I know you do. Probably all that Hispanic sobrenatural stuff. Yes. I know. All that mala vibra and all that, but all that, I get it. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily the biggest believer, but let me tell you something. Irene is where it's at. I went to her at a time where things were kind of weird in my life, and she brought me a lot of clarity, and everything that she said has so far been spot on. She did a mini numerology reading for me. She also does different psychic readings, past life regressions. This woman does it all. So without further ado, let's watch our interview with Irene Richardson. She's awesome. I am here today with Irene Richardson of Crystal Forests. Irene, can you explain to us a little bit about your business? Where are we right now?
We're located on Carroll Creek in downtown Frederick, and November 1st I'll be here 10 years.
Wow. And this is, tell us about your space, what services you offer.
Okay. Well, I do readings, and I do hypnosis, and I do healing work. Readings happen right here.
They do. I came here. That's how I know. It was awesome.
I have the John of God crystal bed, so that's in the other room, and I also do the hypnosis back there. So I do past life regression work plus quantum healing hypnosis.
Okay.
And then 9 times out of 10, the healing work will happen in this room here too.
Lots of crying.
Not during the healings.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes during the readings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. All therapeutic though, right?
Yeah, I think they're happy tears most times.
I like Irene because, well, number one, she has curly hair. I mean, come on. I also like Irene because while she's very, I felt like when I was getting my reading done, it was very nurturing, but also like you're fun and you like to cackle and you like to have a good time and you're a bad bitch just like me. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, no. Not only do I love Irene, but I love Irene. Okay, so we are here on Carroll Creek, which is an awesome location next to structures.
Right.
Tell me, where are you originally from?
I was born in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
And then my mother brought me to the States, and I lived in Brooklyn, New York till I was 13.
How did you get here to Frederick?
Well, my family moved to San Diego, and from there I joined the military. I was in the Army and met my husband, and he was... his family's from this area. So I've always loved the East Coast versus the West Coast.
Really?
Yeah.
And Frederick you love because?
Oh my goodness, Frederick. I mean, I get people from all over.
Yeah.
You know, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia. I had a gal drive recently from Indiana.
Wow.
I know. I was like, what are you doing?
There's probably a couple other people between here and there, but hey,
But the cool part about this work is that I've read for people all over the world. You know, Middle East, the UK, Australia.
Do you do video as well, like video chat people?
Skype, FaceTime. We do Google Hangouts. Cool. And then phone readings. I do a lot of phone readings.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's no distance when it comes to energy.
Awesome. So tell me about a typical day for you.
Oh, a typical day is, you know, I can have anywhere from 1 to 4 people come in to do a reading.
Off the street or appointments?
It's all by appointment.
Got it.
And then within the first 5 minutes, you know, I get information that I need, you know, as far as to start, because Spirit taught me to tune into people through their names, and that's how I also do mediumship. I'll bring people through by their names.
Okay, so we're going to have to get into, how did you figure out that this was kind of your calling, and what kind of, I mean, what have you done for people? Like, what are some things that, like, have some really transformational things that you've done?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, I can say that from my own personal experience coming in here, I came in here because I was like, you know, I've done all the big things, you know, doc, blah, 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 and I just need, I don't know, I need something. And I talked to you, and I was like, oh my God, that is so cool. And it's like, I just needed someone outside of all of this to come in and be like, nah, man, it's cool. I mean, it was a very profound experience for me, and I really, you know, tell me what, you know, what kind of transformations occur here.
Oh, goodness. I mean, it can be from someone losing weight to getting healing.
Losing a man, getting rid of a man, getting rid of a trash man.
Yeah, I mean, there's no topic that I don't think I've not covered.
Right.
You know? And when you think you've heard it all, you have not.
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of people come in mostly because they're looking for direction. A lot of my clients are in their late 40s to like 60s, and they're transitioning from being a mother to either going out into the workforce or finding their calling, or maybe they're ending their marriage and they want to move on and see what the future looks like. I've helped people tune into real estate, you know.
Don't be putting me out of business, Irene. Don't be putting me out of business.
Well, I mean, I've gone and done house clearings on real estate.
Yes.
I mean, I had a friend that was a realtor, and she's like, "Can you come and cleanse this house for me?"
Yes.
And it was on the market for like 9 months.
I can add this into my services.
Yeah.
Sage it.
And so then, after I cleansed the house, 3 days she got a contract.
Done. It's happening. The Vasquez team, we got Irene, we good. We're going to sell your house through 100% energy. That's it. The end. I have one in Baltimore I need you to help me with. Okay, we'll talk about that. Yeah.
All right. I've had people bring their kids in that are gifted, and, you know, the kids just need to have an understanding of what's happening to them.
How did you know that all of us, that you had something different going on?
I got in trouble when I was a kid. You know, my parents weren't open to it.
No.
You know, and so I guess I would say things and I'd get in trouble.
You knew too much, and they were like, how did she know this?
Yeah. Well, I didn't, you know, what's really weird is I didn't know that I was different, you know. And then in high school, this guy gave me a tarot card reading when I was 14, and I was like, I got to do that, you know. And from there, I mean, I was doing readings since I was 14.
Wow.
You know, and then I really wanted to get into the mediumship. And when I say they, I mean Spirit would not let me do it. So I was in the military, I had my 3 kids, and then my husband had got the bright idea to move out to Minnesota. And the second town we moved to was population 200. And I was pregnant with my son, and I didn't know a soul, and we're talking the dead of winter in Minnesota, which means
Not a whole lot going on.
yeah, you know, the snow's up to the garage, the roof of the garage, you know. So that's when I started focusing on it again, and I was able to do it
Pick it up
pretty
like
much right away.
Yeah.
And the first person I had contacted was my grandmother, who passed away in Scotland. And so I called my mother and I said, tell me something. Did Annie wear this when she was buried? And my mother was like, dead silence.
And your mom wasn't open to it, so she was like, shut up.
And then I asked her a couple of other things that Annie had told me. And she's like, who told you this?
So it wasn't like you were, you know, seeking this out. This, I mean...
Oh, no, I was definitely seeking it out.
No, I'm saying it wasn't like you were, you know, pushing your... It was there.
It's a natural progression. You know, and then I studied mostly by myself, so... it wasn't until the last 10 years that I've actually studied under a couple of other people for certain things.
Yeah. When I came in, you were watching a podcast, yes? Or a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
You're honing your gifts still. We all have to, you know, you got to always be learning, right?
If you're smart, you're learning until you die.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you should be. So what is the future of Crystal Forests? Keep on keeping on? Changing? Doing more video?
There's so many things that I would like to do. I know teaching's in my future. I know I have ideas that I'm trying to get nationwide. But I keep hitting different barriers regarding that. And as much as I'd love to share what I'm trying to do, I want to keep it under wraps because I don't want other people to.
Duh. I got you. I understand.
I want them to covet my stuff.
Yes, but you want to take this more, not just Frederick, big time.
Oh yeah, big time. I want to blow it out of the water.
Awesome. That's Yeah.
So it's. I only say that because I was actually shown a vision 15 years ago, and the timeline hasn't happened yet.
But we're coming up on it?
We're coming up on it. But, you just never know what opportunities are going to come your way.
Yes.
So I'm like me doing this with you. I did get your email.
Yes.
But I think I had gotten sick, and then I've been so busy, and then you called me again. I was like, yes, Spirit wants me to do this. So
I was so shocked. You were just like, yeah, sure. How's Tuesday? And I was like, oh, I thought I was going to have to be like, okay, well, and you were just like, no, let's do it. So
so
this is exciting.
Open to whatever Spirit brings.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I don't want to you're obviously not a sideshow. You are awesome, but I want to show.
Legit. I'm not on a sidewalk doing readings.
No, she's not. It's hard to get in here. So I wanted to know if maybe we could do a little light numerology, perhaps, with me, and I'll be your test bunny for today.
All right.
Okay.
So when's your birthday?
My birthday is 3/24/84. Don't do the math. Go ahead and do the math.
Yeah. All right, so you have a 3, a 6, and a 22.
Okay.
So the 3 talks about your mind, body, spirit connection. So you're a creature of habit, organization. You have to have structure.
Yes.
And every single day you need the balance. You need to be mentally stimulated, get enough rest, exercise, eat properly, do things that bring you joy. And do not let anybody get in your way of your plans.
Okay. Some people have tried.
Yeah, good luck to them, right? So you also have a 6.
But we had to get rid of them because they were in the way.
That's a true story.
Yes. She knows. I don't even have to tell her, but she knows.
The 6 talks about being reliable, dependable, nurturing. You're probably a person that everybody comes to with their troubles. And it's. I feel like you're the kind of person as if I don't know how to help you, I will find out how to help you.
Yes.
And you will hear from me. I'm not going to blow you off.
Yes. It's called follow-up. Yeah.
And then you have a 22, which talks about success. That's a master number. So your success is determined by how diligent you are. You decide how great you become.
Oh, man. This is the everyday struggle, Irene. Yes.
You shouldn't look at it like that, though.
Yes.
Because
it's the everyday opportunity, right?
That's right. So anything you want to begin that you want to be successful with, I would recommend doing on the 22nd.
On the 22nd. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Not so much the month of May. I know everybody likes to get married in May, but May is a 5. That talks about chaos, drama, spontaneity, being outgoing. So it's a double-edged sword. But I love 22. I personally, anything I want to be successful with, I start on the 22nd.
So doing my business on the 22nd.
And in particular, any financial, you want August 22nd, beautiful day.
Okay. So August 22nd, somebody remind me. Put a reminder in my calendar. August 22nd, do something financially big.
That's the day I started this business.
Oh.
Yeah. I was very mindful of, and even my name for my company, I was mindful of the numbers that come with that.
Okay.
Because numbers, the whole world operates on numbers.
Yes.
So you're a 922. So that talks about completion. So you have to finish things. Not one to just start something and not see it through. Even if it's an argument, you want to get that argument dealt with.
Yes.
Karmically, you don't want any baggage.
No.
It's like get rid of the luggage.
Yes.
And then
some people say I'm very decisive, but it's just because I don't want to drag it, I don't want to drag the decision out, and I want to deal with the consequences, boom, make a decision, let's deal with what happens. It doesn't matter which way. I don't care. Yeah.
And so as far as this year, let me just see this real quick. So this is a 3-year for you. So you're really having to find your balance this year.
Yes. This year, so 2019.
Yeah.
Is a find your balance year.
Yeah. This is
I can see that. Yeah. Yeah.
mind, body, spirit. Getting making sure everything is organized. I wouldn't be so rigid as far as I have to get this finished or this has to be done. Because sometimes there are delays and they happen for a reason. It's no different than what we were talking about earlier. And now you're having to learn how to do a few things.
Yes. So the patience I have with nurturing people is also impatience when I'm like, but I want to get this all wrapped up and done, like over with. Right. Put it in a bun or put it in a little, put a bow on it, wrap it up, get rid of it. But you're saying?
No, there are delays for a reason.
Dang it. Okay.
So I do the numerology with people. I think it's great, especially if you're pregnant and you're going to have a C-section. If you do the numerology on your child prior to it being born, you know exactly what you're dealing with.
Yes.
Because the numbers don't always mean the same for boys or girls.
Yes. When I came before she read my children, and I was, of course, in tears, but she was pretty spot on with their personalities and how they react to things, and you're pretty awesome.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's spirit.
Yes.
So I do body scans on people, and spirit shows energy.
Yes.
As far as what's going on. Did a show up in Allentown a few years ago, and I had told this girl I was seeing energy around her kidney area, and I said, I really think you should go see a doctor about that. And she's like, my kidneys are fine. And I said, go to a doctor, So a month later from that reading, she started having issues.
Okay.
pain in her back. And so she went to the doctor, and she told the doctor, and the doctor was going to give her a muscle relaxer. And she goes, no, I need you to do an x-ray or a sonogram, something. And they found a tumor the size of a golf ball on her kidney. And she came back to me the next show, and she said, you saved my life.
Wow.
And I said,
me?
Me? But it wasn't me, it was spirit.
Yeah.
And she told me the story, and she said, the doctor told me that the kind of cancer that I had, people usually die from because they don't know it's there.
Yeah. Somebody was just going to give me a muscle relaxer and tell me to go away.
Exactly. And so he asked her, how did you know to get checked?
Holy crap.
Of course, told her story about me, so that was kind of cool.
Very cool.
I had another lady I did a body scan on, and I was seeing dark energy around her breast, and I was like, you need to go to the doctor. And I hadn't seen her in probably 4 months. And the next time I saw her, she was wearing this kerchief on her head. Well, come to find out, she had breast cancer. And had we not caught that,
saving lives and stuff, man. That's
Well,
awesome.
But like I said, like when there's delays or something's not happening the way you want it to, it's usually there's a reason.
Dang. I mean, great.
No, it is
Yeah, I
good.
know. Yes,
It
yes,
is
yes.
good because it's always for your highest good. It's never not.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest thing people have to realize is they just need to slow down, breathe a little bit, you know. And this too shall pass.
And that's why I think coming here is a really great way to slow down, breathe, take a break from what you think is, every day, and just see what's out there.
Right.
To me, I was just like, yeah, what do I have to lose? Nothing. So, and it gave me clarity because for me, it was somebody outside saying, this is how you really are. And me being like, oh man, yeah, you're right. I don't want to admit it, but that's what it is. Yeah. And it gives you a moment to breathe. It gives you a moment to think of things from a different perspective, and it helps you refocus your energy in the right way.
It does. It does. And then, I have people that'll come to me and say, okay, well, when do I come back? And I don't work like that.
Whenever you feel like you need to come back.
When you feel inspired, you come see me.
Awesome.
But don't hit me up with the same information.
Exactly.
because Spirit gives you timelines.
Mm-hmm.
And if Spirit said your boyfriend's not coming till May of next year,
don't come in April and be like, is he really coming?
right? Don't come back and say, well, when is this guy coming? Well, Spirit told you next May.
Yeah.
Or when is my house going to sell? You know, it's there's so many different dynamics, and because we're all interconnected, other people can affect what happens in your future as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can come here and I can tell you everything Spirit wants you to know, but I can't go home with you and keep reminding you what Spirit said.
Right.
You know, so either you trust the process,
Mm-hmm.
or you don't.
Girl, you gave me like a 3-year timeline on to wait on some stuff. So I don't want to be rude, but I might not see you for another 2.5 years because I'm just waiting for my time to come up.
Right, but that's the way it is.
Yeah.
You know, so that's really cool.
Well, this has been a great interview, and I'm really excited. And if you live in Frederick, or if you live in Indiana or anywhere, if you want to come in and see Irene here at Crystal Forests, we're on Carroll Creek. She's really great. Like, she doesn't, make you feel it. This is her job. It feels super professional. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, like, it gives you all the things that you're looking for. So I'm really excited that you were able to do this interview.
Coming today.
A hug.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. This woman is one of the most fascinating people I've ever met in my life. Forget the whole psychic part. If you were to just sit there and talk about her life, like she has with me off camera, you would be like, oh my gosh, she's incredible. Not to mention, homegirl psychic. It's really awesome. And I recommend setting up an appointment as soon as you possibly can. Join us next week when we do a recap of the Washington Post Fall Home Buyers Guide. A lot of great info. Sorry to my Baltimore people. This is mainly focused on the Washington metro area, but it's great. And I'm going to break down all the information so you don't have to read, because honestly, who reads nowadays? Just watch my videos. That's all you need. Here on the A-List. I missed you.